right, Ryan, this heat wave, I mean, not a
sweating.
big fan, but you know what? I feel bad complaining because I know it's just going to get hotter. So
yeah,
what can we expect for tomorrow for Mother's Day?
Yeah, very similar. Now, today we broke a record. We hit 101 degrees at the airport, San Antonio International. That does replace the record set back in 1998 of 100. So record-breaking heat today here in San Antonio. Average is 84, so 15 to 20 degrees above normal for San Antonio and most of South Texas. Now, if you're wondering, when do we typically see the first 100-degree day of the year? It's usually around late June, early July, but it can happen any time of the year. Matter of fact, back in '96, it happened in the middle of winter. Last year was the latest we've ever seen our first 100-degree day, and that was back on September 6th of last year. Right now, look at this. The temperature doesn't even fit inside the box. It's 105 at Stinson. That's the air temperature. 101 at the airport still. Expect more of the same for the next hour or two. Temperatures are not going to cool down by much for your evening plans. Southeast breeze, at least we have that. That's our solace in tonight's forecast. A breeze at 16, some locations up to 20. Mostly clear conditions out there. The heat advisory that's in place right now will expire at 7 p.m. tonight as we slowly approach sunset. But notice this, we are included in a very hot weather pattern, and this heat wave continues. Speaking of, 103 in Hondo, 103 at Uvalde, 106 at Pearsall. It cranks up in Carrizo Springs, Eagle Pass, and Del Rio up to 109 along the Rio Grande across Maverick County. The air is drier out there, so that allows the temperature to really crank up into the lower 100s this afternoon. Now, factor in the humidity, a little different. You can see it feels like 101 here in the city, but with drier air moving in from the west, not a big spread in temperatures between that and the heat index. However, you can see out in George West, the closer you are to the Gulf of Mexico, the higher the humidity, the more moisture, and the higher the heat index. So you can see 115 is how it feels to your body out in Live Oak County. And again, a breeze out there right now, not too bad at 9 miles an hour at the airport, 18 in Beeville, 11 in Gonzales, a light wind at best 7 miles an hour down I-35 towards the Rio Grande. And here's the humidity. We were talking about that dry layer moving in from the west. So dew points not so bad compared to dew points out east. Look at that, 75 in LaGrange, dew point at 59 in San Antonio. So slightly drier, not as humid in the city, but watch what happens late tonight. The Gulf of Mexico opens back up. Southeast winds do their job, and we stay very humid and tropical for the next 24 to 48 hours. And that's going to contribute to the heat index. Tomorrow, around 104 on the heat index, and it slowly backs off, but not by much, by the early and middle part of next week here in San Antonio. So in our hour-by-hour forecast, around 100 degrees through about 6 and 7 p.m., 98 at 7, 94 at 8, and 90 at 9. So very steamy, very hot for the next 4 to 5 hours. A southeast breeze at 20 miles an hour at best here in the city. And look at this. This is a forecast model. So through about late tonight, tomorrow morning clouds. And then for Mother's Day, 5 o'clock, Sunday afternoon, 101 to 100 here in the city. And this forecast model, a bit aggressive. I do think we hit about 98 to 99 in the city. But look at this, another, more of the same. I mean, look at this, 107 in Carrizo Springs. And the upper level pattern doesn't change much. This ridge of high pressure building from the south. All the energy for cooler air and rain stays out north. And this stays with us all of next week. The ridge of high pressure stays out east. All right, Mother's Day forecast, 98 tomorrow. Heat index near 103. Winds a little breezy up to 15 miles an hour. 7-day forecast, 96 on Monday. Lower 90s on Wednesday and near 90 on Thursday. So today and tomorrow, very hot. Slightly cooler by the middle of next week. At least